Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So get this, ladies and gentlemen, men that have chosen to pretend to be women are furious. They're angry at the moment at the likes of real women that have chosen to pretend to be men for OnlyFans or for corn purposes, because they realize that trans corn is a rather lucrative business. Somehow, a lot of men and even some women, seemingly, happen to really enjoy watching that sort of crap. But nevertheless, this has angered a lot of men that have chosen to identify as being women. So it's quite interesting to me. The men pretending to be women are mad at women pretending to be men, pretending to be women. It's just like you can't make any of this stuff up anymore, people. The internet is currently ablaze at the moment because of this. And I think we need to talk about it because, yeah, it's one of those things where you don't think it's going to happen, but it actually happens. And it doesn't surprise or shock me, but it just makes me laugh all the same. Why are these trans people getting mad at women? Beats me. So, anyway, the story is two women saw that trans OnlyFans corn is a rather lucrative business. So they decided, you know what? We want to get more fans. We want to appeal to more men. We want to make more money. And I mean, it's a smart business idea. If you know anything about business, not exactly the best idea. I'm not in favor of producing any sort of corn or OnlyFans at all. And if you've seen any of my videos in the past, you'll know exactly my stance on it. So I'm not in favor of what these two girls are doing at all, let alone trying to create a lucrative opportunity for themselves with the trans stuff. I'm just not in favor of any of it. Okay. So I wanted to point that out. But I think it's smart, nevertheless. Okay. It's a smart business idea because I've got a business brain. Smart business brain to go, all right, trans corn is making a great deal of money. So therefore, we're going to try and attempt to do that for ourselves. And, you know, these days it's quite easy to do that. You just shove something down your pants like a dildo or whatever. And evidently speaking, you act like you are trans and people latch onto it. They froth over that stuff. So the reason why it's angered a lot of the trans community is because they think that these women are appropriating them, which is also counterclockwise, hypocritical, and contradictory because the men are appropriating women by choosing to identify as being women. So, hello, they don't seem to get that. They don't seem to get the fact that they should not be angry at any of this. They have no right to be angry at any of this because they're the ones that are actually choosing to identify as something they're not. So, if anything, they're the ones that are appropriating the women. So now the men are angry at the women for choosing to act like them. How about that? Like, yeah. So Sal Grover goes, now they're appropriating what women have gone through because of them. So April Foolish, you definitely are a fool, mate. Let's just say that, is a transgender woman of sorts, right? I've lost friends, family, job, opportunities, money, healthcare, and basic respect from random people, being harassed, death threats, you know, the whole thing. For these, you know, who to masquerade as trans women for profit is disgusting. It's like the trans version of blackface that don't deserve peace. Well, what are you doing exactly, mate? By you choosing to identify as being a woman? Aren't you doing the male version of woman face? Oh, can't possibly see that as something that I'm doing. No. I have chosen to identify as something that I'm not. So therefore, it's allowed. Hello, wake the hell up, son. So anyway, Ian Miles Chong goes, my gender isn't your costume. Ironic coming from men who pretend to be women by putting on dresses and makeup. Giziana, this person, saying the word that I hate, girls shoving dildos in their pants and pretending to be trans for money makes me so annoyed. My gender isn't your costume. Say again? What are you so angry about? My gender. Not your biological sex, my gender. My identity is not your costume. You can't appropriate me, but yet I can appropriate your sex. That doesn't make any sense. But these people want it to make sense because, hey, it's upset me. And these women can't make money off of what I think is acceptable for me. So it sounds like you're a little bit jealous, if you ask me. But just so you guys know, I'm not in favor of any of this. I'm just stating the complete obvious and how stupid it all is. So Hazel Appiah goes, I'm screaming, I can't breathe. Someone help. She's laughing too much. I can't. And yeah, a lot of people are doing just that, ladies and gentlemen. And Chloe Cole says what I said a moment ago. The men pretending to be women are mad at the women pretending to be men, pretend to be women. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Colin Rugg goes, trans people are currently fuming after 2 female OnlyFans creators pretend to be trans to sell their OnlyFans subscription. The trans community is lashing out. It's not really much of a community, but anyway, saying the women are pretending to be a gender they aren't. They don't actually see what the hell they're saying. It doesn't register. They don't understand it. That to me is hilarious. I don't know about you, but it's just, I'm like, wow, you can't see it, but everyone else can. Some are even wishing death upon the women for changing their gender or acting like they're men and they're really not. So here is a lady from the Publica explaining all of this insane nonsense.
The snake is officially eating its tail. Female porn models have apparently discovered that transgender porn, pornography where males pretend to be women, is so lucrative that they are pretending to be transgender. Very disturbing that there's even a market for this to begin with, but that's a video for another time. So here's the lowdown. On August 30th, an X account by the name of Silly Lily TS posted a short clip advertising an OnlyFans account. Despite being captioned with a trans pride flag, both of the individuals in the clip are biologically female. These women appear to have stuffed an object in their pants to make it seem as though they had male genitals, and both of them have fashioned their entire online presence to lead others to believe they're transgender. But again, they're not. They're just pretending to sell porn to men who are into that for some reason. But apparently these women's performances are not actually convincing to actual trans-identified males who are outraged that these women are pretending to be men. The video garnered over 2.2 million views and was even slapped with a proposed community note, which one can only assume was written by a pissed off trans activist accusing the women of being frauds. In the comments section, thousands of trans-identified males have gathered to condemn these women, accusing them of appropriating trans identity and invading transgender spaces. Oh, the irony. The sweet, sweet irony. To summarize, these women are being accused of being frauds by men pretending to be women for pretending to be men pretending to be women. And it kind of gets sweeter because one of the main reasons the women were found out is because they're apparently too beautiful to be trans.
Well. How the turntables.
While I'm absolutely opposed to the porn industry, I've got to admit, this is a pretty genius turn of the tables. After all, these men have been invading women's spaces for ages. Time for them to get a little taste of their own medicine, right? And it makes me wonder if any of these stunning and brave men in lipstick will have their own light bulb moment about their made-up identities. I doubt it, but a girl can hope.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with it. It's very disturbing that this is actually a thing. There's a whole category on Pornhub and others, by the way, that promote all this stuff, just in case you weren't already aware of that. Like, it's a huge industry, massive, in fact. So that, for me, is hugely concerning. But these women saw a business opportunity, and for whatever reason, they're like, oh, I'm doing this for the money anyway, so therefore I'm just going to jump on the bandwagon and use it. And look, I'm not, again, in favor of any of this, but they saw the opportunity and they ran with it. And unfortunately for them, they're getting a lot of blowback from the angry men, which is what a lot of women seem to get these days, because the men that hate women are identifying as being that very thing that they hate. And so they think that it's acceptable to lash out because they claim that they're the real women, even though they got trans in front of it. It doesn't make any sense. The community, no, it just made me laugh. Just like, yeah, these are not real trans people. What even is a real trans person? Someone please explain that to me in the comments below. But nevertheless, the community note goes, these two, word that I hate, women are not transgender. This is part of a grift to make money off of the transgender sex work community. Hello, again, don't you hear what the hell you're writing? Notably, both the caption of this tweet and the account bio play into transphobic caricatures of trans women. Wow. These people are just so blind and dumb that they can't actually see what they've said is like, come on. This is actually hurting my brain quite a lot, in fact. Now, here's a compilation video of all of the trans individuals, whatever the hell that is, that do not like what these women have done. So there's a lot. Let's read some of them out, shall we? People like this need to hang in the gallows. Why? You should yourself, you stupid, broke, get out of our spaces. Aren't you pretending to be a woman so you can get into female-only spaces? Like, shouldn't you be getting out of the female-only spaces, mate? Just wanted to point that out. I hope you know what, horrible, you know what. These people are just so unhinged. Like, what is wrong with you? You must be so upset and so angry in life that you think that it's acceptable and okay to say this kind of stuff to women that, yeah, sure, they've done the wrong thing. But honestly, you guys are doing worse. You're living life like something that you're actually not. And you're claiming to be something you're actually not. So these women are pretending for corn reasons. You guys actually believe it. I don't think they believe what they're doing. They're just doing it for money. So who's really in the wrong here? I mean, they're both in the wrong, but who's more in the wrong? Obviously, the ones that are appropriating women. Anyway, just thought that I would share this insane video with you all because I thought it may get a laugh out of you and get a couple of comments. Going, what the hell? I can't wait to see the comments on this one, people. I really can't. But you guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.